Ah, super, ya probably the one pick up a man. On a roll, I talk ma, Buyo. Ya ye can Buya Paka. Mr. George Capita. Swoop come on. Just the minister fell to walk on the black microphone. Here we go. Arrange Yambo. Tell the minister for la crow. Here we go. Boyako Welano. Yay, but yes, Mayo. Buya Sotano. Buya Sotano. Pavasoya. Buya Pavasoda. Kwabasodwa abuya kwabasodwa boya ipaka paka yo ebuya ko wela no yo
What's up, family? What's up, good people? How y'all doing? This your man, Zonic, back again. I know I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back. Zonic is back. All right. So I took a little respite from the whole social media stuff, you know, because I was dealing with some, you know, personal stuff, all right? As you all know by now, I was contesting for the by-election in Nimba County, District number 5, right? It was a great experience, man. Wonderful experience. I ain't gonna trade it for nothing, you know. Yeah. And unfortunately, we fell short. All right. So I was disappointed. I ain't gonna lie. I'm only human, you know. I was disappointed, all right. But in life, the word fail, F-A-I-L, is an acronym. It means first attempt in learning. F-A-I-L, first attempt in learning. So failure is not a bad thing, you know. Like, it's how you bounce back, you know. So I see this as a minor setback, you know, for a major comeback. All right? A minor setback for a major comeback. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot. One of the most important lessons that I learned is that the people around you, the people you surround yourself with is very important, okay? Especially in a country like Liberia where integrity is lacking. Integrity is lacking, all right? You really need to know who you are surrounding yourself with. It's very important. And also, even families, you know, I'll be frank with you, like during the whole campaign process, you know, I got, you know, some support from some family members, you know, like, you know, emotional support, all right? But there were also family members who were seeking my downfall, you know, straight out of jealousy, you know, like it's true to say misery loves company. Misery loves company, all right? You know, yeah, I got some family members, you know, and I don't know why they hate on me, because God is blessing them too. You know, they live in the U.S., but they just hate. You know, they don't want to see nobody prosper. You understand? They want to drag you in their misery, you know. But I pray for them and I thank them, you know, because it is through their hate that I keep pushing on, you know. I keep striving to do better in life, you know, because every time I do better, you know, it keeps eating at their heart, you know. So watch out, haters, okay? Especially my family who are hating. You better watch out. You know what I'm saying? Zonic is just poised for great things, okay? I'm poised for greatness, man. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. All right. So one of the most important lessons I learned is that this country, Liberia, we are doomed. We are doomed. And the reason I say we are doomed is because our mindset, the mindset of our people is so putrid that they need a lot of help. They need a lot of help. You know, the kind of democracy that we practice in Liberia is very, very wrong. And when we continue, if we continue on this trajectory, we will never, ever prosper. Okay? This blind democracy that we are practicing. Okay? Because you see, like, that's why a country like the United States and Europe, you see most of those countries, they have two-party system, right? And the two-party system is actually controlled by one body, you know, one head. One head controls the two hands, you know. So these countries, you know, like the United States, Europe, and those developed countries, they already understand that you do not give the power to select the leader. You do not give that power to the masses, especially an illiterate mass. All right? When the masses are illiterate, all you are doing is creating anarchy. Because the illiterate masses cannot select a leader because they don't vote with reasoning. They don't use their reasoning, all right? They vote with emotions, okay? So you can be telling their own good. You're really trying to help them, but they don't see it because what all they want is instant gratification, all right? They just want instant gratification. They want straight cash. They want money, you know? Like, so, like for me personally, what I did over there, you know, I've been supporting agriculture projects in Nimba County for a long time. Since 2023, I've been working with a group called Independent Youth. So we used to do agriculture projects all over Nimba, right? And then recently, when I went to Nimba, I decided, because I wanted to get into the election, so I decided to focus more in District Number 5, where I was born and raised. So I bought about over $100,000 worth of agriculture implements, all right? $100,000 worth of agriculture implements that are divided with all 64 towns, right? And what I did, I spent another like 25,000, and I bought rice, and I used to give each swamp project, right? So some towns got like 2 projects, some towns got like 5 projects, and I would supply them with plain rice, you know, to eat while they're working. I also gave them money for soup kind, and I also gave them seed rice, okay? And my platform that I was running on was to eliminate, to eradicate hunger, all right, in the district, because it's sad. It's sad that you see a whole district that is endowed with so much natural resources, all right? Just the human resources alone. We are not tapping into it. But then you see that we have all these forests. We have the rivers, so many rivers. We have the swamp. We have a lot of rainfall. These are all blessings. But we're not taking advantage of it. We're not maximizing the potential. So if you go to my district right now, and that's all over Liberia, you go there and you see that the people, they're eating imported rice from India. The chicken they eat is imported, all right? The chicken feed, right now, it's crazy. Like you see they're selling bones, chicken bones. So I don't know where they bring these, like when they take out the breast from the chicken, the ribs or the back, they shipping it, stuff that they used to throw it away before, you know what I'm saying? Now they're importing it to Liberia and they're selling these scraps to our people. Pig feet imported, everything is imported. So you go in the villages and you see the people eating, and everything they're eating is from the cold story. It's sad because we're eating other people's scraps. Why is it that in a country, we just celebrated like July 26th, right? So why is it that we say we are independent, but we cannot feed ourselves? So this is what I was pushing. My platform was to eradicate hunger. So I was going to promote farming, right? We're going to do all the swamps over there, you understand? And we're going to grow rice. And then I was going to introduce poultry, you know, like and also fish farming, because that's what I'm doing in Liberia, in Monrovia, in Carisbury. I got a huge farm over there, you know. I sell chicken, I sell eggs and all that kind of stuff, okay? I got my poultry, I got fish farm, everything over there. You see, but our people, they just want instant gratification, right? So during the election, I was supporting the swamp project. I was supporting the agriculture project, right? And I was also, you know, like feeding them. I gave them seed rice to plant. I gave them everything. You know what I'm saying? So I also, we did this mobile clinic, you know. It's one of the projects that's dear to my heart, you know, because healthcare over there, like people are dying from like minor illnesses, you know. Malaria, typhoid, all this kind of stuff are killing people over there, you know what I'm saying? So we started a mobile clinic project, you know what I'm saying? We were helping people and what have you. But also my platform was about, you know, bringing real adequate education to the people, okay? So first of all, what I did was I decided that when I win the election, if I was going to win the election, I was going to forfeit all my salary to the district so we could use that money for, you know, payments to pay the voluntary teachers, the voluntary nurses, the town chiefs and stuff like that. So, you know, they can get some type of, you know, compensation at the end of the month. Because when you go to the district over there, you will notice that the school system over there is non-existent. The kids over there, they're not learning nothing. First of all, the school, just the environment. The kids go to school and sit in the dust. All right? They sit in the dust. No copybooks, nothing. All right? So I decided that when elected, I was going to give my whole salary to the district. And I wasn't just saying it, you know, in my mouth like, you know, the politicians and stuff like that. That's why I did a written document, right? And I had all the elders in the district sign it. And then I notarized it. You understand? And I stated in it that if I ever renege on my promise that I would give my salary to the people, they have the right to institute impeachment proceedings against me. All right? So I wasn't out for their money. You know, I'm blessed. I got my own thing going on. Okay? But I really wanted to bring change to the district. I really wanted to tap into the human capital, the human resources in that district. Because if you look at the district, and all over Liberia, we have a 99% illiteracy rate. All right? Like even some of the guys around me, you know, who were the so-called intellectuals, you know, that's what they call themselves. Do you know, like, sometimes I just tested them, I gave them like a paragraph to read, you know, from my contract, and these guys couldn't even read it. Like one of the guys who were even helping me to, you know, do my petition program, he's supposed to be one of the intellectuals. This guy read my petition statement, right? Can you believe this guy couldn't even read the petition statement properly? But that's the education system in Liberia, you know. I had to write my own petition statement and I wrote my own response, you know. But it's sad because our country is going down the drain and the government is not doing anything about it. They're not doing anything about it because they like it that way, you know. Why is it that election, you bringing people from outside the district to come and vote? You understand? There's so much corruption that was going on, but you know, I don't want to talk about that. You know, I just want to talk about the mindset of the people. You know, and during the election, a lot of these people, they're very deceptive. You know, all the help I was giving them when election came, I was hearing all the whisper. Oh, you know, you are still new. I think 2029 will be your year. And I was like, listen. So if someone is new and this person have a great platform, this person is already showing you what I did in that district recently, right? It hasn't been done since NCRDP. If you Liberians remember NCRDP, they started the agriculture project, you know, back to the soil project, you know, like back in the days. But it was sponsored by the government. So for me to take my own money, you know, like during the whole process, the whole election, I spent $200,000 US. All right, I spend the most money, period. All right, and it was disappointing to not even get 1,000 votes. You understand? But all these people, they would sing my name. You know, they would sing me praises. All these great things you're doing. But then these people will come to me and say, "Oh, Chief, you know, yeah, we want small thing from you because our wife them." And I'm like, "You want small thing from me? What do you mean you want small thing from me?" So after everything that I'm doing with this whole agriculture project, the mobile clinic, with my contract, you know, that I stated that I'm going to give my salary to the district to be able to pay voluntary teachers so your children can go to school and learn something, pay the voluntary nurses so you people can get adequate health care and do all these things for you people. You want me to give you people some money? I said, I'm not going to do that. And if that's the reason that you're not going to vote for me, then don't vote for me. I'm not desperate for this job. I'm the one trying to help you people. I'm not desperate for no job. All right? With or without the job, I'll be good. I'm good. I'm blessed. So it's up to you people. So during the election, I was the only person who divided t-shirts, calendars, and all that kind of stuff. Most of the guys, they never had money, you know. Most of the guys who were running never had no money. Even only the other guy who was sponsored by the vice president, you know, the guy who eventually won. Yeah, he came last minute, all right, with some street lights, you know, those solar street lights, you know, the solar lights, you know. They brought a few of those and divided with the towns and stuff like that. Yeah, we shall commend him, you know, like, yeah. But nobody did anything. But I was the one dividing t-shirts and jersey and all that kind of stuff on the youth and stuff like that. And I even told the youth, like in my on my platform, I stated that when elected, one thing I wanted to do was to tap into the potential of the people, to the youth especially, because if you look at the youth over there, they're just idle. They're not doing nothing with their life. And I really wanted to build a trade school. I mean, like real state-of-the-art trade school to benefit the youth, you know, like so they can learn some type of trade, you know, like mechanics, like electrical work, like or carpentry, construction work, all these different things. In the females, you know, like catering, cosmetology, all these different things, hospitality work, to learn these things, to prepare them for the future, you know. That's what I really wanted to do. All right. And you know, I still have that dream. Nothing going to stop me, you know, nothing going to stop me. But now I understand the language of the people. You understand? You don't go run election and try to, you know, do projects for them because they don't appreciate none of that stuff. They want cash. They want cash. So, you know, 2029, we're going to see how we're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I will approach it the way they love it, you know, the way they like it. We're going to get down and dirty, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, sometimes you have to understand that the masses don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. It's facts. All right? The masses don't know what they want. So you have to do what you have to do. You understand? Then when you take over, then you can institute, the changes that will benefit them. And then eventually they're going to come and say, oh, wow, yeah, you know what? This guy was right. Because like even today, when the iPhone first came out, a lot of people were like, nah, we want our button. With me, I never want to touch. I was one of those people for the longest time. I never wanted to use the iPhone. I thought it was crap, Then eventually when I bought my first iPhone, I was like, oh, wow. You understand? Just like cars today. When when people used to use horse-drawn carriages, right? When the first cars were invented, there was like a protest. They complained and they sued the car makers that they call it the horseless carriage. These horseless carriage are disturbing our horses and stuff like that. And they went to court. But fortunately, the judge was smart enough to say no. And he ruled against them. And today, look, our world is advanced. We got cars everywhere today. So if that judge was a myopic person, he would have ruled against the car makers. And today we would have still been like riding, horse-drawn carriages, So the masses don't know what they want. So sometimes you just have to, get down and dirty. And that's what we're going to do 2029 by the grace of God, But it was a great experience. And I want to commend the guy who won the election. Man, congratulations. I just, pray and hope that you bring development to the people, because those people, trust me, they're suffering. They are suffering. They need help. All right? They need help. So I hope you bring development. And if I see that you bring in the development, I will not run against you. I tell you, my brother, because we want to see people who are going to bring change to our district. I'm not looking for no job. You understand? I'm not in this to say, oh, I want to become a representative. No. If I see that you're doing your job right, I'm not going to run against you. I will even help you to run the campaign. I will support you financially, everything. You understand? So because I just want to see change from my people. All right. With that being said, let's, get off that topic, right? So I got a big news for my people. All right. To all the haters. All right. I will be coming to the United States in a few days. All right. In a few days, I'll be in the United States. I will let you guys know that. But I want you guys to understand, like last time, I did an interview on a, talk show, and they asked me some questions and that, and there was pandemonium, man, when I gave my response, But I would tell you people this, man, I'm coming to the States. I'm coming to my woman, okay? So who that woman is, keep following the channel, man. Follow my YouTube channel, subscribe. Hit the notification button so you can know what's going on, so you can see my real woman, okay? If it is who you're thinking she is, then so be it. But everybody want to know who Zonic is dating, And this ring, man, this ring is tight. Excuse me. Yeah, the ring is kind of tight. But yeah, you got to follow the channel, man. Subscribe. Hit the notification button, man. Like, because you're gonna get a lot of great contents, okay? A lot of great content. I'm telling you, man. So just keep watching, and you're gonna see who my woman is. You're gonna see who that beautiful, lucky woman is, man. Because look, I'm the catch. I'm a catch. I'm a catch. Look at me, man. I'm handsome, strong, tall, and I got the moolah, What more a woman want, I'm a businessman, all right? I'm a businessman. So, yeah, stay tuned, man. You're going to see the lucky woman. I'm not going to say her name. You're going to see her. you're going to see her, okay? Peace out. Stay tuned, okay?